Hey guys, welcome to TCR. Sid here. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Friday evening. We are live as we can be, right? Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Right, Gunga? Exactly. I know. And it's funny because, like, almost a lot of other days, he'd be home by now. For some reason, on Fridays, and I know he has to go actually in tomorrow because they have inventory. So he's going in tomorrow morning um, for a little while. But hey, he'll be here eventually. He's probably driving. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll figure it out. But he gets here when he gets here. It's like, it gives you guys something to wait on. Like builds the excitement. Frankie just got back from horseback riding lessons, and it was funny because the cat was like right on my lap, and I was like, oh, I feel like every supervillain should have a cat on their lap. But then when the door opened, the dogs were snoozing, not paying attention, and she just like popped in the door, and everybody got startled, and they all like bolted for the hills. But it's all right. It's all good. So 2022 so far. Let's see. So far so good, I suppose. Um, you know, things are, what they are as far as the state of the current world situation, I guess you could say. Um, here locally in California, they are trying really hard to extend. They issued another mask mandate, and they're trying to extend that further. But nobody's really following it this time at all because everybody's sort of like, really. And I know I sound congested right now. I didn't get any sleep last night. Um, Mike came to bed, and I don't know what he was thinking. I went to bed before he did. He stayed up to watch a couple more episodes of Yellowstone. Um, and I went to bed, and he's deaf, so he listens to the TV at maximum volume, even if he's alone in the room, like to the point where I can hear it in the bedroom if I don't close the door, and even then I can still kind of hear it. So I always close the bedroom door if I go to bed first. Um, so I did that, and then he came to bed like maybe 2 hours later, and he like Miley Cyrus that bad boy. He just like broke in like a wrecking ball, scared the bejesus out of me. I sat bolt up in bed, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh my god!" He scared me because that door is kind of loud, and he kind of clumps through the house. So I was like wide awake at that point, plus an adrenaline rush, because it was super loud when he came in, and then he came to bed and like in true man fashion, immediately started snoring as loudly as possible. And so I laid in bed for like an hour trying to sleep, and that didn't happen. So then I came out to the couch, and it took me about another hour to fall asleep. So I didn't get very much sleep last night. So, it's all good. So far so good, I guess, to answer your question. California's doing its California thing. I guess a lot of people, and I think, without getting in trouble with the YouTube overlords, I think there has been a lot of hype and fear instilled about certain things, and so people are flocking and overrunning certain areas down here where they might think there is a doctor, and it's causing uh, problems because there's staffing shortages because of some of the mandates and requirements and things like that. So it's just interesting right now, I guess you could say. It's just interesting times to be in California, even in a place that's a little bit more conservative. We still are under the same overlord. So I know Mike doesn't like it when I get political at all, but there it is. That was my little whatever about it. So hi, question survey. He says, I loved watching your videos while recovering from a badly injured and now sporting a neck brace. Oh, I'm sorry that you hurt yourself, but I'm glad you're on the mend. I'm glad hopefully we provided you a chuckle or two and maybe some information. That's always good. Ward, hello from snowy in New Jersey. Whoop, whoop. Good evening, Addicted. You ordered a new kid gate to introduce your cat, ended up stabbing yourself in the hand. Welcome to 2022. Good job, Gunga. Yes, Chris. Chris says Yellowstone is awesome. So, everybody's been watching Yellowstone, right? I think I was the last person to give in. And I tend to do that with shows. Usually, if a show comes out of the gate with a lot of hype and people are like, oh my God, it's so good, I'm like, I don't want to watch it. I don't know if it's just me being stubborn or me being like, whatever. Um, I've never, and I will be very upfront about this, I've never been a huge Kevin Costner fan. I love Dances with Wolves. Um, I loved Mr. Brooks. I thought that was probably it's a very weird, obscure movie. If you haven't seen it, look up Mr. Brooks and watch it. It's kind of dark, but I liked it. Um, and it's got Dane Cook in it too. Anyway, so which I know sounds like a weird combination, but it was like one of his serious roles. Um, but I've just never. Mike and I are the same way. We used to laugh. Like my dad used to do this thing about when he did Robin Hood. They're like he didn't even bother to have an English accent, and he was like, "We must all band together." Like my dad just thought he was like the worst actor. Like you couldn't stand him. But again, loved Dances with Wolves because who didn't love that movie? So anyway, so I was kind of, I think, partially because of that. I was like, I'm not gonna watch it. I didn't know if we had that channel. I was like, eh. Well, I had recorded it, but I guess I missed the first season. So we watched one episode randomly out of the second season, and we were like, this is dumb. I don't know what's going on, and we like gave up on it. This was like when it first came out, like earlier or somewhere towards the end of the first season, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, it was a while ago. And so in my mind, I was like, we watched the first episode and we didn't like it. So all my friends were like, "Oh, it's so good." And my girlfriend had it on the other day at her house, and I watched a couple minutes like here and there of like episodes, and I was like, maybe I should give it another try. And we were trying to find a show to watch, and I was like, what about Yellowstone? So anyway, so we started watching Yellowstone. And so now we're only 5 episodes in. Well, no, 4 episodes in. We'll start episode 5 whenever we watch it again. So we watched a few episodes now, and I gotta say, I'm enjoying it. It's very well written. It's definitely keeps you interested. Like it's beautiful. Like it's a lot of it's kind of dark in spots, but I'm kind of digging it. It's good. So yeah, I'm on the Yellowstone train. Just don't take me to the train station. Not ready to go. But there you go. Oh, Sam I am. I know. False advertisement. $20 super chat from Sam I am. He said thumbnail for the live said Mike was going to be here. I know, and he will be. But right now he's just merely a mirage. But he will be here eventually. He's just not here now. It's like a metaphysical thing, I guess. So sorry, I missed some chat here. I'm gonna scroll back up. You don't watch Yellowstone? Two old people on the couch says they don't watch it. That might be hey, hey, Bundy. Hey, hey. Oh my gosh, girl. I don't know who that. Bundy. Okay. That might be like something else other than Mike. They don't usually bark quite that loudly for that. But anyway, so let's see. Sorry, guys. Let me scroll back up here for a second. I missed something. Yeah, the people who are panicking, Addictus says the people that are panicking are the ones who aren't self-sufficient. They depend on grocery stores and public electricity. That's true. And I think too, there's just been a lot of be afraid, be afraid, be afraid, panic kind of instilled in a lot of people over the last few years that tend to really rely / trust on the overlords in general and think that they know what's best. Like I personally, the way that I think of it is, that scene in Toy Story where the little green Martian things in the claw machine are going, ooh, the claw, it will decide, it will choose us. That's, I think, how some of these people think of um, the powers that be in the government and things like that. That's kind of how I picture them as sort of just like having that kind of mindset of like, they will take care of it. No, they won't. Um, so sorry, I'm still trying to catch up here. There's definitely been something, well, I don't know if it's so much people hoarding right now if versus some supply issues. Now, I know that in certain parts of the country, have maybe had a harder time than others because of, more severe weather, snowstorms that you guys have had in the South and things like that. Um, Also, the fact that, you know, we're in California, so we're just that much closer to a major port in Long Beach there than, you know, the other side of the country. So there's that. There is that. Somehow I got my scrolly thing stuck here. I'm scrolling back down. Yeah, exactly. Chris says it took him a while to warm up to Yellowstone too, but yeah, I think it's going to be enjoyable. I'm looking forward to it. And then of course now I'm like, well, now I want to see the 1883 one, so I'm recording that too. So hey, MT, no worries. It's okay that you're late. No worries at all. Sorry, I'm catching up with all the comments here. Mike and Terry from MT Homestead. We got Mark and Debbie in the house from Two Old People on a Couch. Loving it, loving it. Just catching up with comments here. Richard said, "That's my name on your shirt. Thank you for thinking of me while you were getting dressed." Yes. Well, I feel it was appropriate. I feel like people have been a little bit, wow, I sound very like I could do my Chandler Bing impression right now. My Janice. Um, Sorry. When I get a little congested, I just immediately sound like her. Um, so yeah, so uh basically right now, getting back to like what 2022 holds for us, hopefully good things. Um, we have a lot of projects as always that what does this shirt mean? I don't know. Everybody should be nice because everybody's been a little bit, well, that's not true. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of insulated as probably a lot of us are in our own little towns. But I noticed like when you venture out into the city, people are a little bit more with other people lately, which I'm not a big fan of. Like, I don't feel like you should be crisscross applesauce with people just because. I feel like you should give them a smile and a nod and like hold the door open. And like, I just feel like everybody's very like they've got their horse blinders on. They're just very kind of short and rude with people, and people are being kind of curt to each other, and it's just not like a good vibe in some spaces there. I think so. That is exactly what it means. It means don't be a nickname for Richard. I'll let you figure that out. No, it's not Richie, but yeah, that's exactly what it means. So, but I think that Mark and Debbie knew that. I think they're just making a joke. But yes. So 2022, as always, and I was just editing a video where I kind of touched on this a little bit. Like even when you don't have a farm or animals that are depending on you and those kinds of projects that are always going on, just as like a regular old homeowner, you always have certain projects, repairs, um, things like that you're always kind of having to think about and take care of and figure out a way to pay for. And which isn't always easy when the economy is like hello. But lots of projects that some of which we haven't started yet, some of which we have started, but um, or maybe put like a band-aid on for now that we want to kind of finish. We still have some siding to do from when we did the prepper pantry. A lot of you watched that series of videos where we did the prepper pantry and we expanded the back room a little bit for Frankie. And there's still some things we have to finish up there, but it was one of those things where we kind of like we ran out of time and money at that point to work on that project, and there were some things we had to like shift our focus to. So that kind of got diverted for the time being. But it's definitely once we get out of kind of the cold snap and the days start getting a little bit longer here, um, we'll be able to kind of start back on that and kind of finish that up. And I still have to figure out what color I'm going to paint and all of that because that siding isn't going to match the rest of the siding. So I'm going to make it so that side is just different for now. I think is the plan. So, it's one of those things. Ooh, Oh, Steve says hello from Iowa, a balmy -10 degrees. Whoop whoop. Gotta love that. That's a tad bit chilly, don't you know? Yeah. Yeah, the economy, Ashton wants to know, it goes like this. I know. Well, it's funny. So, uh, Will and Jen, who are good friends, you've seen them perhaps in a couple of videos. They've made appearances. Um, Will, I guess we were at dinner the other night, a big group of us, and we went to Texas Roadhouse, which I hadn't been to since I was like a kid. Um, and they like to go there. I don't know, we were going there. Oh, because we were switching kids. She had my kid and we were getting her back. That's what it was. And then the next couple, like 2 days later, I took her kid for a couple of days. So over Christmas break. So we went to Roadhouse and we're sitting there and we're talking. And normally when we're together, I've got like a drink in one hand or we're doing something. And so one hand at least is occupied. Well, I had nothing in either hand. We were just sitting at the table and I'm talking and I'm going like this and I'm explaining stuff. And he was like, "Oh my God, I've never seen you talk like this. What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I always do that, but and then I figured it out. I was like, I usually have something in my hand. We're usually out doing something or making something or whatever. And so you've just never seen me without my hands occupied. This is how I talk." And so he's been making fun of me ever since that. But yeah, so yeah, that's that's what's happening there. But hey, Pole Barn Productions, no worries. Hello, hello. But yeah, I tend to talk with my hands. So that's when I try to explain what the economy is doing. That's what I'm doing. 10 inches of snow on Monday and another 3 last night, down to 0 this evening. Ooh, that is chilly, chilly, chilly. No doubt. Frank, because I just put them out. Can you let them back in and then not be doing whatever it is that you're doing in front of me? Yeah, can you not do that? That'd be fantastic.
I love you every day.
No,
Every day. All day.
you like to torment me.
All day, every day. I love you.
Anyway.
Oh,
That's true, Gunga. Yes, I am. So, and it's just such a natural thing for me that when somebody, and I don't think about it, and then when somebody points it out, I'm like, oh, then it makes me like I start to like, oh, well, I can't, you know. So it's just one of those things where I kind of like I have to do it. But but yeah, I mean, there's only so much time in the day. There's a lot of things that we want to get done around here. There's always stuff. You guys know, like right now, he's got all his starters going. He's got all of his microgreen trays going in the windowsill right now, which I showed in a couple of videos and earlier. Oh, Jen, which is Kay's mom. I was just talking about you and Will, Jen. She says it's okay. I'll come get Effie. She's driving me crazy. She's literally standing in front of me, Jen, like half talking, whispering, and dancing around. And I'm like, no, not while I'm live on the interwebs. Can we pick a better time to not do that? Yeah.
oh, by the way, we didn't have to get a jug. We already had a jug.
Okay. We'll have a talk after this. Thank you. Apparently, I'm going to have to do some parenting later and have another conversation with her. Remind her that when I say I'm going live and I need you to be quiet, that's what I mean. Might be some privileges getting taken away this week. Won't that be fun and festive? Anyway, that's true. Everybody does have mannerisms. I think mine are just a little bit more. Like I occasionally hit people when they're walking by, if I'm not careful. It happens, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you." But and then like I smack Mike when I remember something. My go-to is to smack him, and he doesn't really like that much. But it's like a reflex, It's like if you tapped my knee with one of those little triangle-y things on a stick. It just, My shirt, Fred, it says, "Don't be a Richard." It's a reminder to everybody to be nice and calm in 2022, and just, that's what it is, So I don't know, and honestly, like this weekend, we're supposed to have poker night. So the boys, this was one of the things, which I'm very glad too, because Mike is not a super social person. He never has been. I think of the two of us, I am definitely the more social, and I'm not super social, really. I'm social with like my group of friends, but I'm not like crazy party girl. Never happened. So um, he's never been the type to be like, oh, I want to have my friends over, or oh, I want to like have the guys over. So he started playing poker with our buddy Will. I don't know, it's been a few months now. And then they were playing while we were in Vegas because they came up to Vegas for my birthday. And then we're going to, yeah, we get to go out too. I know, Jen. Jen's like, no, it's girls' night too. So I know that is what I have you for. I know, Jen. Not to be left out, but I'm excited that Mike and Will have taken to each other so well because that enables Jen and I to then hang out and do stuff, and then our girls to hang out and do stuff without having to like work it around the husbands. They're like fine to hang out together. They want to get together. So now they're planning these poker nights together and we're trading off. Like sometimes we do it. Well, we haven't done one at our house. Did we? Oh, yeah, we did end up doing one at our house, but it was sort of impromptu. But it did kind of turn into a poker night. But I don't think it was like a planned poker night. I don't even remember. I just remember that that was the night that we were out by the fire pit, the infamous fire pit, and they were playing poker. Yeah, we won't get into the details of that, but Jen knows what I'm talking about. So um, anyway, so then we've had a couple at Will and Jen's house where the girls and I all go out, and then yeah. So we've got Shane and his buddy Justin from work, and then Will and maybe Derek. They're gonna play cards here. Maybe we might have to switch it last minute up to Jen's, but we're gonna see. Just it's has to do with maneuvering family members around that need some extra care. So we might have to do it over there or maybe postpone it a week. But hopefully, because Jen, I know Jen is really looking forward to a girls' night out. So yeah, it wasn't planned. It was like, oh, it was Friendsgiving. Was that it? That they stayed and started playing poker? I see. I don't even remember. It was Friendsgiving turned into poker night. Like once like the Friendsgiving portion was over and everybody was still kind of hanging out, the guys started playing poker. So, so anyway, long story short, we're supposed to have poker night here tomorrow. The girls are all going to go to the barn for dinner, drinks, dancing, whatever. There's supposed to be a really good band. Well, guy. There's a guy and he has a band. I can't think of his name, but they were advertising him as some Nashville artist, and he's open for like Travis Tritt and like I don't remember all the people that they said he opened for, but it was like I knew every name on the list, and they were all very like really some of them I've seen in concert and stuff. So I was like, oh, cool. So that's kind of exciting. So he's playing there tomorrow. Actually, I think he's there tonight and tomorrow. So the barn is this newish. It's been around for like a year now, but it's a restaurant, saloon. There's lessons. There's a bar. They do different little events. They have like nice bands that come in, some local, some from out of the area that are traveling. So kind of cool. So we're gonna go there. That's the plan, the current plan. So I'm excited. Have a little girls' night out and go have some fun, go dancing, go do our thing. I think we're gonna have Shane, which is Heather's husband, probably pick us up and drop us off so that we can drink. But if not, then I'll just have one or two beers and I'll drive us. But it should be fun times. So we'll see. So we need a poker's night, a girls' night. So I'm excited about that. And then I've got a bunch of stuff I need to do on Sunday. As you can see, Exhibit A behind me, my wreath is still up because after Christmas I got sick, and normally I take it down like right away, but I didn't do that. And then I was like, oh, I'll wait till after New Year's. And then I got busy and didn't do it. And then So anyway, so this next week or this next Sunday, I need to get all this stuff done, and I have a bunch of other stuff I need to do. Um, you know, I know the professional DD. I know we don't have the white taxi anymore though, Jen. So, is it a true wine cellar behind me, Chris? No, it is not a true wine cellar. Oh, if it were. It is actually a closet, and it's kind of weird. It does have wine racks in it. It does have, it's insulated strangely, so it is always several degrees cooler in there, even in August. It's a lot cooler in that little closet. I think the owner, the original owner, or at least the one before us, I think there was one more before her. Her husband had built a bar that went like kitty corner across here, and they had actually plumbed it for a sink in there, but they never finished it. So there's wine racks in there. It was plumbed for a sink. There's electrical in there. So it's kind of an odd little closet, and it has a lock on it. So if you got teenage kids and you put all your liquor in there, you can lock it before you leave, which is, that's going to come in handy here in a couple of years. Um, but but yeah, it's not a real wine cellar, but it's a walk-in closet for wine, I guess you could say. And it's not even super like walk-in. And honestly, right now, what I keep in there too, besides my wine and my couple bottles of hard liquor that are like randomly in there, my rack that has all my free weights is on it, and then my rollout mat that I do like my floor exercises on lives in there. So that's the exciting story of the wine cellar. But it's all good. It's all good. How does the wood stove work? Well, it works great now that we've got it all cleaned out and happy. I mean, we can't cook on it. We never could because it's got the insulation in it. It's the wrong kind of thing, but it definitely heats up the house. And luckily, the last couple days, the last 2 nights, we haven't had to have a fire because it's been pretty nice. But it's supposed to get chilly tomorrow, so I think we'll probably start a fire later in the afternoon, so that by the time they come over for poker night, it'll be nice and toasty in the house. So Gunga says, Jen, is that the designated drunk or drive? Sometimes, well, she's usually the designated drunk. Chances are Jen is, we tease her because we're like, we know when Jen's had enough because she gets gecko eye, one eye goes over here and she can't look at you anymore. And then we know she's done. And then we know it's time to say no more, Jen. So that's how we know she's had one too many. We pour her into the car. Yeah, she got us in trouble in Vegas in an Uber. It was under my Uber, and we got in trouble, and I got a letter from Uber because of Jen. But hey, what happens in Vegas, right? It's all good. So, but that's okay because the Uber driver was a little uptight. She needed to loosen up. If you had seen her vehicle, you would have hey. Lundy. Settle. I don't know what's going on. Could be Mike. I don't know. So, let's see. Well, January 6th was the Wise Man Day, so you should keep up your Christmas tree until then. Oh, that's true. I was the Epiphany Day. Yeah, that's true. Well, technically, I did keep it up. It's still sitting there. And I usually do take it down like the week after New Year's, but I was anticipating poker night this weekend, and I was like, oh, I should probably have it down before then, just because I don't have people over and I should have everything put back away. But I won't, and my friends won't care, so it doesn't matter, Oh no, she's. I wouldn't say she's. Guess who's home? I wouldn't say she's a cheap date. She's just a consistent, like she will have a bottle in her hand the entire time. But that's why we love her.
Oh, you talking trash about somebody?
No, she's in the room. Jen's in the room, so it's not like I'm talking trash about her. No, but she's the one that like if she will just come back. She's like the beer fairy, So you have to be careful if you're the one driving that night, but you're having like, if you're gonna be there a while and you're having one or two maybe in the beginning of the night with dinner, she will just come back and hand you a beer. Like she's a beer fairy. She's like, oh, I need to get everybody beers, and she'll just bring them to the table. And it's like, Jen, no, And then of course she's not gonna let them go to waste if nobody drinks them. So then she's got to drink them. That's how that works. So
That's how that works. Hey,
we don't talk about Ubers. Jen says, yes, that's right. We don't.
oh, Jen's in the room right now.
Yeah, Jen's in the room.
Hey,
Jen's in the house.
why you gotta be like that?
Oh, very a lot there. Ooh.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. Hey, whoa.
Yeah, Terry's
Don't
like,
be getting
you
fresh with
gotta
me.
get that tree. It's like you
Settle down.
spend all that effort to put it up, and then it's like That's why I like to put mine up a
Bloody
little early.
cow.
I usually put it up like a Halloween weekend or the
Go lay
first
down.
weekend of the time change, which is for us, that's like the first weekend in November a lot of times. Just so I can enjoy it for like long enough to make it like worth schlepping it all out, because I like it.
Yeah, when are we putting the tree away?
I'm gonna do that this weekend, like Sunday.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking
Sorry, I'm
about-
late. I'm always late.
You're always late.
I'm always late for this show.
You're always late for the show. He'll come home early like other days, and then the day of the live, it's like Friday, and he can't handle life. But everybody was missing you,
Good.
so
I'm glad to hear it. Who's everybody?
all the people.
All the people. So I can't have a beer, guys. I gotta drink a water with you right now
Why can't you have beer?
because I fasted
news to me.
today. So, I mean, I know y'all think I got this, pretty masculine, trim figure and all, but I'm getting fat. So I decided that I'm fasting now, and I didn't have time to eat before the live because I just walked in the door,
You did, yeah.
and I don't want to break my fast with a beer. So I'm drinking water until I can eat dinner. And yeah, that just is what it is.
Debbie says, "Not me. I like Sid better." Yay! I got one vote. Everybody else was like, "Where's Mike? Where's Mike? Where's Mike? Where's Mike?" And I'm like, "What am I, shop liver?
Can you
No.
see my Telecaster?
Huh?
I would have to go get it out. It's actually literally in
It's under the bed."
it's in a guitar case under the bed. I am gonna get
And
it
he's
out for
scared
one
of
of
the
these
monster
lives.
that lives under there, so I don't know if he'll go get it right now.
I wouldn't say I'm scared. I mean,
Well, you do
Yeah.
snore louder than it does.
I scare the monster that
That's
lives
true.
under the bed.
That's accurate. That's why I got Gucci bags under my eyes right now, stamped to me under them.
I would be embarrassed to pull it out of the guitar case right now on a live and show it to you.
Come on, homesteading.
Not
Holy
knowing-
moly. Milkman.
Whoa!
Haven't seen
Come
you
on's
in a
in here.
minute. I haven't seen
Holy
you post
cow.
much lately either, mister. I know you got a lot going on.
Hey, Frankie. She can't hear me.
No,
I don't want to
think
yell.
She just went outside.
So yeah, what's going on with the Come On Homestead? It's been a minute since we've chatted with you.
With the peeps and geeps. As Charity would say.
Yeah, David, it's been a while since I played. Oh, you're getting a call from a 1-800 number.
STG and
We should play with them.
Hold on, you take over. for a
We
second.
should. No, let me answer.
No. It's a legit number.
It's a legit number. It's a legit number. New year, new me. That's a good. I should play it, Jen. We talked about this last week. I am going to. I just am not sure when. I need to slow down in a few areas and take some time to woodshed a little bit, get the guitar out, practice, get my dexterity back, practice a couple of songs, and then I think one of these lives here coming up soon, we'll do a little play a little song live. Steve C, what's up? What's going on? We get everything squared away with the 1-800 number?
I did.
To
No,
do an
they're doing drone surveys for the electric company to evaluate wildfire danger areas, and so this is like the second time they've called now about it.
So they're gonna
Let
fly
us
a drone
know.
over our place?
Yeah, but now it's happening in the next week. They said to expect it, which they have to. So the deal with that is we're near the airport, so they actually have to get permission because they're so close to the airfield to do that from them. So from FAA apparently, but whatever. So all right, where do we leave off here? What's happening?
So come on's in Texas,
Correct.
and it's cold there for a Florida boy. How cold is it there? Because and where in Texas are you actually? Because Texas, I mean, it's a big state. I guess there's some high country, but
Oh, Crocker's in the house. What's up, Jason? And maybe Danielle with you. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know how many Crockers are jammed into one room.
How
right
many
now.
Crockers are we talking to
Like-
right now?
Could just be Jason. Howdy, man. Dude, I'm excited for you for that new property. That's very cool. You guys are gonna. I mean, you got a lot of work ahead of you, but you knew that. But you're gonna be able to make it the way you want it. That's awesome.
I'll tell you what. If we ever find ourselves in the same room, we'll play a song for the YouTube people.
I'll see.
Because he hasn't played his guitar in a long time either.
Yeah.
So we would equally suck. So there's nothing wrong with that.
You can suck together publicly. That sounded bad. I didn't mean it like that. You know what I meant.
He's over there just cutting the strings off his guitar right now,
Right.
throwing it in the fire
Forget
pit. Yeah.
No, that's fine. I never want to be rude. Like when somebody pops in from their channel, I never know if it's just the husband, just the wife, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the sister, brother, cousin.
Sister, brother, cousin.
Hey, it's the South sometimes.
He's not from
No.
Tennessee.
No, but hey, I'm excited though. Can't wait to hear more about the shoot saying meetup. I'm looking forward to that. I need details as soon as you know, because I have to book a flight. So I'm not driving. I got to book a flight and a hotel and a car and get my happy little bottom out there. So I gotta know as soon as you know, so I can get it all squared away on my end.
I don't think flights are hard to book right now.
Well, no. So but I watch the prices and I watch them go like this. So I always am like, oh, I don't know. But like right now, they had flights there was a couple days where you could go to Vegas for $39, but then if you go in a week,
But then you can't come back.
it was a one-way ticket. That was the caveat. It was a one-way ticket. You couldn't book a return flight. Yeah, it was that. So
Oh, Jen wants to go with you. You and Jen are going to Vegas on one-way tickets.
Right? I guess so.
And then Will and I are driving out there to get you.
Woohoo! I'm excited about that, Jason. He says now that he's got his land situation over with, he can start planning the meetup. So yeah, let me know if you need any help, man. Like I said before, like I can do a lot of internet research, finding stuff. Like I can help you in any way you need as far as like figuring anything out. Just let me know. I'd be more than happy to help. So that's the plan, she says, is to go to Vegas and not come back and not take the husband, I guess.
Right?
But then who's gonna drive us around?
We normally go to
You
Vegas.
banned us from Uber now, Jen.
Why?
I told you I got the nasty thing from the Uber people because Jen
Oh, yeah.
acted up in the Uber. We can't
Oh,
go
yeah.
in Ubers anymore with Jen.
Don't take her in an Uber with
Can't
you.
go- No, if you do, go on her account so it doesn't give you a ding on yours.
There you go.
You gotta ding up hers
There
now.
you go.
Get a free pass. Yeah.
Oh, you've been flying a lot? Come on. You fly for work? Yeah. Oh, the party bus.
Party bus. She said not the Uber, the party bus. Yeah, that's
The party
true.
bus was cool. I
That
got
was
his
fun.
card. I got that guy's business card. He's like an independent dude too. So
Yeah.
if we ever go, well, when we ever go there again,
Yeah.
we can hit him up if we remember.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We'll have to go for your 50th.
we'll go before then.
Well, no, I know, but I definitely.
That's 10 years from now.
Sure it is.
Yeah, no, we normally go to Vegas like in March and in October, but
But COVID kind of threw us a curveball.
yeah, ever since COVID, like it's hard to go twice a year.
The dog just like.
Yeah, the dog just missed the couch and face planted on the couch. It's kind of funny.
And now she's mad at the couch.
Now she's licking it.
And no. Oh,
Oh.
second attempt.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
we
we
got
go.
it that time. All right, good.
Yeah, like a deer,
Yeah, she's
but not.
my little oddball over there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So your son, he's still in Florida, right? Come on. And did he ever start his own channel? Everybody's saying he should start his own channel.
right, I know.
I don't think he
I
did.
haven't heard anything about it. I haven't seen anything about it. So imagine not. I don't know.
You want Sid to do more baking?
More baking.
You know,
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm curious what you're gonna say to that.
I feel like this is the time of year for oven-related things. So, dude, you don't want the oven going in the summertime.
Oh.
So-
God, yeah. It's
So
crazy
now that
hot.
it's cold, I feel like maybe baking some things is a good idea.
Well, I mean, I did several. Well, here's my thing. I always feel like I try to mix it up so that I'm not doing too many baking videos together, too many this videos together, too many that videos together, because I don't want to I want people to oh, maybe I don't like this video, but I'm really into this butchering video, or I'm really into this gardening video that's more mic oriented, whatever. So I try to mix it up as the seasons go a little bit, and even within the seasons, so that I'm not just doing back to back cooking videos, because those can get a little bit repetitive and redundant. So especially too, because I tend to cook stuff that's a little bit more on the healthy side, which is not as exciting for people to want to try to make a lot of times.
Well, I think there are some of
But-
those out there. It's just a matter of finding the right title for the video and the right thumbnail
Yeah.
to attract those people. But then, the thing about having a YouTube channel is you have to be careful that you're not focusing on a group of people that are not your core group of people, right? I found out something very interesting last week. They added something
Tell
in
us
the
a
YouTube.
tale of your knowledge.
They added something in the YouTube analytics that I can't remember what it was called, but when you go
It
there,
was like a PDF you said or something.
yeah, when you go to this spot, it tells you information about who. Oh, I remember what it was. It had to do with partnerships. So it could create you this PDF that you could then take to Crystal Geyser Water and say, here, Crystal Geyser Water, you should sponsor our channel because here's who our viewers are and here's what they like. And we don't do a lot of that. In fact, we get reached out to constantly by companies that want to sponsor us and like sponsor a video. And frankly, we have a pretty strict criteria for what kinds of companies we'll work with because we're very patriotic. But I was still reading this, and as I was looking down through it, it tells me, okay, here's who your viewers are, what percentage of them are male, what age group they're in. That's all stuff that you could already find in your YouTube analytics. But in this area, they added what the interests are of your viewers, which I had not been able to access before. And that I found very interesting. So a high percentage of our viewers are interested in trucks and SUVs. Dude, we do no videos on trucks and SUVs.
Well, we've done like a couple with stuff with the truck, but I mean,
Right.
we don't.
So for
really-
me, that was an aha. I was like, ooh, if that's the case, then maybe we should figure out how to do some videos on that. And then another thing that was really high, a high percentage of our viewers watched a lot of other videos and consumed content on home improvement. So, and that makes sense because we've done a decent amount of home improvement videos that probably attracted some of those people, but we haven't done any recently. So I was thinking about all the things that I need to do. I mean, I have a window that still needs installed. I still have siding that needs to be put on. There's still stuff.
Yeah, I
So-
was talking about that earlier.
I don't even know how I went down that road.
Because you're weird. I don't know. I don't even remember what. I don't even. It had to do with the baking and stuff, and then you went on a tangent about.
Oh,
you
yeah,
wanting
yeah,
it
yeah.
out of your group of
Because-
people to cater to the wrong people.
Right.
Yeah.
Very,
So-
very low interest in cooking from our viewers. So to me, that was like, okay, that's interesting because we do a lot of cooking, barbecuing, and we get views on those videos. But that was just something that I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll study.
So come on, says that his son is still working and he's in college, working and chasing women.
Chasing women.
I know. See,
He's
There you
in
go.
college, working and chasing women.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is he works at a college and he chases the women at that college.
You should give those girls little whistles to blow.
Yeah.
Saying if that's really what's going on. Sounds dangerous, poor girls. I'm just kidding. No, his son's super sweet. So,
Chris just found our channel.
oh,
Right on.
thank you, Doug, the guitarist, and he said hi, he loves our channel. What is Full Barn
Butcher.
says? I got the one other day for Canon with a CZ ending email, but I didn't know there was a new camera, but didn't think it was legit. Yeah. It's probably not Full Barn. I've noticed there's been an uptick in the last couple weeks in weird like phishing emails, even like for the channel for stuff. And that seems a little like shady. Yeah.
DeMarla's talking about the fly larva.
Oh yeah, I saw that comment a minute ago, but you were doing this.
I do that a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that worked out for you. Yeah, we love I know a lot of people have done worked with Scrub Terror, done videos where they show it, but the birds absolutely love it. And it does help. My girls I need to refresh my layers this year. I've got some older girls, so they're, no amount of fly larvae is gonna make them lay during the winter. That's just life right now. But yeah, it really does. And it's great too because they're using recycled waste to make the fly larvae, and they're made in the USA. So, I mean, we'd be happy to work with them a million times. I mean, it's not like it's a big, a big deal to showcase them and help them a little bit with getting the word out. But anything that's, more local. I mean, they're on the other coast, but they're in the country.
And I look forward to finding more companies that we can work with. I mean, it bums me out when I get an email from somebody that's like, hey, do a 10-second, ad for us in the first 30 seconds of your video, for 2 videos in a month's time, and we'll give you like $800. And I'm like, awesome, cool. And then I start looking at them, and it's like literally a geedunk product that there's a million versions of, and they're all made in China, and they don't have any like manufacturing, warehousing, anything in the US. And it's just, I just can't. I don't want to sell out to that. So it is what it is. When we find places like Bootstrap Farmer and like Grub Terra, we will work with them. M.I. Gardner,
Yeah.
right. I mean, there are a few, and
And that's not to say, like, we did work with some in the beginning just because
oh yeah,
it was new to us. We didn't know. We were just like,
I'm not going to say the name because I'm not promoting them anymore, but I still carry their flashlight, and we did a lot of their stuff in the beginning because we didn't really understand the whole big picture about how all these promotions work. But yeah, it just, it's just a personal choice, and I have no issue with the channels out there that are doing a lot of promotions with other companies. I mean, it makes money, and I mean, look, we're all doing this YouTube channel. Those of us that are doing channels, one of the goals is to make money. So I get that. I want to make the money the way I want to make the money, and if I can promote, an American company, then I'll do that. I mean, I should be wearing my Grunstall shirt right now instead of a jacket, right?
Yeah.
Because we're just patriots, is what it is.
Oh, see, Eric says his 6-year-old laying hen started laying again when he started feeding her leftover fishing minnows.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, like, honestly, a lot of times people don't realize, like, birds eat fish, birds eat meat,
high protein,
omegas. They need that protein.
Totally, yeah.
So I mean, we watch during the summer when all the lizards are hatching in the spring and summer. These girls go insane chasing and eating the lizards and getting the babies and eating the big lizards and trying to, they like that meat. They will pick a carcass clean.
And look, you can always expand on that. I'm an think outside the box kind of guy. So anytime, somebody says, oh, well, I had great success when I fed this fish to okay, cool. So then find a resource for getting fish heads from, I mean, if you live in a coastal area, it's pretty easy to get them. We used to get fish heads all the time. And I frankly just haven't been spending time down at the docks during the summer anymore because I don't have time to fish. But all those pieces of the fish that you don't consume, your animals 100% will, and they will benefit greatly from it. Also on the fly larva thing, you can also grow some fly larva yourself. You can throw, rancid pieces of something in a bucket out there and let the flies do their thing, and that will attract the flies to there instead of to somewhere else, which is good, and it'll make fly larvae on your property. So, you might not like the smell, but yeah, it's an option.
Yeah, DeMarlet says that the advice and videos are awesome. Thank you. And that they're adding some new laying hens this spring, and they want to know if they should be concerned about adding new with the old. So it all depends on how you want to introduce them. I brood my chickens outside where my other chickens can essentially see them the entire time. So there's no like, who is this? All of a sudden, they see each other every day from day one as those chickens are growing.
Yeah, there's a chicken wire wall between the brooder and the rest of the flock, so they can face to face.
Now, that's not to say that some of my higher pecking order girls are not going to want to go after them a little bit once they're together. So you do still kind of want to introduce them in some way where they can see each other for a little while. It doesn't have to be that situation where they're brooded next to each other for weeks like that. And it could just be, a couple days where they kind of, get a feel for each other. And then I always put them into the coop at night when everybody's sleeping. So they wake up together and go, hey, okay, you were here, I guess. Like it kind of takes a little bit of the sting out of it. So I usually try to introduce them at night at bedtime, and then I lock them depending on what your setup is. Like for us, if I want them to know that that's going to be home base now, because it does sometimes for some of my birds will cause a little bit of confusion. Since our brooder's outdoors, at night they want to try to go back in the brooder because that's where they grew up. So they'll stand and circle the brooder and want to try to get in. So I will lock them in the coop and in that run for at least 3 days, sometimes longer if the birds are a little on the dee side, until they realize that's home base before I really let them out, for the day. And sometimes even then you end up like doing Easter egg hunts and picking up birds at the end of the night after dark and putting them back. But they get the hang of it eventually.
But she does introduce new hens to the older flock every year.
Oh yeah. At least
a couple times a year, usually.
Yeah, and honestly, there is going to be a little bit of them beating each other up. Make sure your new birds are, feathered out enough and large enough that they can be outside and, at least run away or have room to get away from the girls that are maybe trying to establish dominancy. They're going to. That's normal. You're going to allow for a little bit of that pecking order to happen. That's just natural.
That's where the term pecking order came from.
But if you've got one girl or a rooster or whoever that's super aggressive and just being a Richard,
don't be a Richard.
Separate that one for a little bit or let it chill out, break it up a little bit and they'll start to chill out. A lot of it too depends on the size of your flock and the size of the area that the birds have to be in as to how you kind of want to proceed. But yeah, don't be too worried about it. You can pretty much, a couple days and they'll be pretty well integrated. Oh, fish heads, like fish heads, roly poly fish heads.
Oh, you know that song? I read the comment while you were over there.
It was on Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, wow. You even know where it came from. All right.
Why are you laughing at me?
I was just reading Political Foolishnesses response to your knowing the song.
Oh.
Air fryer chicken. Have we done a chicken in the air fryer?
No, but I did chickpeas in it last night.
Yeah.
I made what do we call them? Chick nuts? Is that what we're going with?
I don't call them.
They're anything. Like so if you take chickpeas, like garbanzo beans, right? And
like a what beans?
Garbanzo beans.
I thought you said a bronza beans.
No, garbanzo beans.
I'm gonna go back and watch this later.
I said garbanzo beans.
Okay.
Anyway, if you rinse them off really well and then you pat them dry, and then you put a little oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic, a lot of garlic, some pepper, like some red pepper, whatever you want, right? And you put them in the air fryer, like 400 degrees for like 20 minutes, right? And you shake them every few minutes in between and like even them out. They're like make happy little crunchy things.
They're not like as crunchy as corn nuts.
Well, you can do them longer. I didn't do them in long. You can do them longer and get them really.
But yeah, they were good.
Yeah,
I snacked on them last night.
Yeah. But it's kind of nice, like if you don't want to eat popcorn or you don't want to eat like corn nuts or something, but you want something that still kind of has that feel to it.
But they're healthier.
But they're healthier for you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't eaten since about 7 o'clock last night. So that's like 22 hours. That's like 21 and a half hours since I've had food.
You're not gonna die.
No, but I'm hungry.
See, Jackie Pierce says she usually puts her new hens inside a smaller cage and put them in the big cage for a while. Yeah, which is essentially because of the way my brooder is with my coop and my run. It's basically the same thing. They're right there, so they can.
Right now, I'm thinking about all the things that we could cook in the air fryer. Most I'm thinking about eating them.
We've done sweet potato fries, and he's done regular fries in there before.
You know what? I don't like the regular fries in there as much. I prefer regular fries are just plain hard to make and get right without a deep fat fryer.
Yeah, that's accurate.
But the sweet potato fries in there are good. They are. I'm a fan.
You know what I want to try? I want to do like and see if it works. I don't know if it works, but I would want to make like fried pickles. Like that's Jen and my thing. Whenever we go out, if they have fried pickles on the menu, we always have to get them. I wonder if we could do them in the air fryer. I don't know.
I mean, so much of the fried pickle is
No, if it was
the
just
breading.
crispy, like no, you could still bread it and put it in the air fryer.
Breading needs contact with.
No, you've seen
Grease.
all? Yeah. You still put a little oil, but like you put it in.
I am not a professional air fryer chef, so I think that you're as likely to be right as you are to be wrong, and it's worth a try.
Yeah. See, Jen says yes, we should try
That was
it.
a very politically correct answer, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I realized? I told Jen this today. I was like, of all the things that I need for the kitchen that like he could have gotten, I do need a new crock pot.
You need a new. We have 12 crock pots.
And none of them are there. We don't have 12, first of all.
We have one that's 3, so I'm counting that as 3.
No, because they're only this big. That's for when you're having a
3
party.
separate crock pots.
No,
in
that's
one
not,
big thing.
But that's not for cooking. That's for
It's
like
3 crock pots. Somebody chime in and tell me if you've got 3 crock pots
it's
built
one of the
into one
serving
big thing.
ones. It's like
Then
a
how many
little,
crock pots is that?
little. It's not like you can make a whole thing in it. It's not accurate information.
All right.
Jen says she has 6, and he broke one. I melted
Jen,
one.
how many knives are you
One
carrying
I
right
killed.
now? Don't lie
She
either.
probably had like who knows how many in the bottom of her purse. She'd have to dig through it, you know.
She says that's only one.
See, that's what I say. And it's only one, but it's not even that because it's a serving crock pot. It's like a warmer. It's not meant to like cook the things in.
You know what? Let me just
I mean,
stop
it
you right
can,
now
but it's like little. You never make anything
and
in
agree
a
with you.
crock pot this big. Thank you. See, as you should.
Get a new crock pot. Get 2 new crock pots.
See, they said 3 little crock pots is like a
In fact, you know
hot
what?
pot.
We should make this a video.
Crock pot size matters. Yes, Jackie, that is accurate. I'm telling you.
I
can't
challenge
make a
you.
big thing of chicken soup in one of those tiny
I
little
challenge you right
things.
now
What?
to find an American-made crock pot.
No, the point was you could have got me that for Christmas.
Well, yeah, but I missed that boat. I failed.
Story of your
So
life.
now we're having this debate and discussion about
Right,
crock
so
pots,
find me a crock
and
pot.
I challenge you to find an
wonder if-
American-made
I
crock
wonder
pot
if Pioneer Woman
and then
this
to
stuff
do
is-
a review on it
Okay.
for our viewers.
I wonder if
And what are you going to cook in it?
I don't know. You just threw this at me. I don't know what I'm gonna make yet.
It wasn't a throw. It was like a toss.
Maybe I'm gonna make like soup de you. Put you up and put you in my crock pot. I don't know. I know exactly,
You
Jen.
guys should have presents figured out
Yeah,
now.
she's gonna tell you what to get me, and I'm gonna help Will next time. Although I don't feel like Will did that bad because he did get her boots.
I figured out something already to get Frankie, but it's probably for her birthday instead of for Christmas because that's too far
Well,
away.
don't say it out loud. She's probably
But I figured it out while we were at dinner. We went to dinner. It's like
her
a
own
week ago.
flask.
No, that's a good idea.
You brought his flask
good
to dinner
idea.
that night.
It wasn't that dinner. It was when just the 3 of us went up here to the sushi place.
Oh, okay. Oh, chopsticks?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Little spoons for the miso that she likes so much.
Oh, that's true. She did.
She raves
She
about
loves those spoons. She's like, I wish I had these spoons all the time. The Japanese style miso spoons. She's
Pork.
excited about
Yeah,
that.
pork's always great. Do like just some pulled pork in it for a trial run.
Well, I have to look. I like and I think it's the one that Jen has. I think it's the Pioneer Woman crock pots. I'll have to look and see if that's American made or not. I'll have to do some research. But
Ooh, chicken and dumplings.
he's made that for me a couple times.
Look, I have a high standard for dumplings. You gotta know how to make dumplings if you're even gonna bother
Jackie,
trying.
I agree. Jackie says Christmas can be every day. See?
Okay.
It's always Christmas in my heart, Michael.
Okay. No, maybe we should try chicken and dumplings.
That's a you thing. I would jack that up.
Just
They
the
might
dumplings.
not let me into the South. I don't know if I could make that.
I'll make the dumplings.
All right, I can make the chicken.
But if you're gonna have chicken and dumplings, then you gotta decide, what are you gonna have that with? Because
Oh, see, Jen said
chicken
she
and
made chicken
dumplings
and
is
dumplings
like
on
a
Wednesday.
soup.
Yeah, I know.
So to me, that always goes with several other things. I mean, now you need some like
Oh, look at that. Cuisinarts made in Chicago. See, we have a bunch of Cuisinart stuff,
Cuisinarts made in Chicago. Really?
apparently.
Like it's
Like
literally
our
that's
food
where they
processor,
make
we
it.
have a lot of stuff at Cuisinart. Right on.
Okay, good. I'm gonna verify that. I'm gonna trust, but verify. And then that's good. I'm glad to hear that because.
Oh, Robert, it says don't be a Richard. Sorry, I know. When I lean over, every once in a while, somebody's like, "What's your shirt say?" You know what? So Frankie's a St. Patrick's Day baby. For those of y'all that don't know, so I have so many shamrocks in my arm. So several years we've done like traditional St. Patrick's Day meals. So I've done like shepherd's pie. I've made corned beef like from
Good corned
scratch.
beef.
Oh yeah, like I made it from scratch.
She makes good corned beef.
I also did a corned pork, which was a huge hit.
Yep. We'll do that again.
Yeah.
And for anybody who wants to try it,
curing myself, everything.
Just follow your corned beef recipe.
Substitute pork.
A substitute of pork shoulder.
Yeah, and it totally works, and it's amazing. But I always tweak the traditional seasoning a little bit from whatever, and so I make my own blend to cure it.
360 cookware. Hey, some people are doing some work for us. They're doing some research.
All right, 360 cookware.
We need to write that down. Cuisinart, I'll remember. 360 cookware.
Okay.
Out of Wisconsin.
Jen will remember for me.
Jen, 360 cookware.
She'll text it to me or something.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll have to come back and watch this video.
Oh, see, so Pole Barn Production says HQ says it's in Connecticut. That they started in Chicago for Cuisinart. So that's the U.S.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, who knows? It could be manufactured and then Connecticut.
Well, look, here's my thoughts on that. Per the Buy America Act, if something is not manufactured in America, like a lot of chips, and there's just a lot of things, and by chips I mean electronic components, there's a lot of things that are not manufactured in America. So if you're trying to find something that's not manufactured in America, then go to one of our allies, South Korea, right? Chad who?
Chad.
What is going on?
What's up, my man? Oh, we're like over time now, I just realized.
That's why Chad popped in right now, because he knows that we're about to bounce. He won't have to talk to us for long.
Oh, is that what it was? Well, no, I texted Whitney. I texted her the other day.
I haven't actually texted with Chad in a few minutes.
I told her I might be able to come out and see you guys. Like, I don't know. It depends on when the meetup ends up being, but hopefully I'll be able to come, and then I'll be able to see you guys while I'm there. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, see, she just texted it to me.
So, Merca, come on. That's right. Yeah.
That's right. I know. Mike won't come with me, but Frankie and I might come out. We'll see. Or it might just be me. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. American made all day long. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's good. We have some starting off points to find some that we like that I'm happy with, because I'm very picky about my crock pots and my settings and my stuff, because they get too scorching hot and then you end up burning or what. He doesn't know. He doesn't understand the struggle of us.
It's not that I don't. I mean, I recently purchased actually you recently purchased for me a brand new cast iron, like.
Oh yeah, we haven't used that yet. I totally forgot you had me order that.
Yeah, because I want to cook some stuff on the fire outside this winter on that, using that. Plus, I want to put like a pot of beans in it and sit it on top of the stove when we're burning a fire at night, right? So to me, that's kind of a crock pot, except for it requires fire instead of power.
Yeah, but I can't like plug that in.
Come on, it's got to go.
Leave it on all day and then.
See you later, brother. Good talking to you.
Yeah, we got to go too. What are you talking about, Bliss? Go too. Thank you guys for hanging out with us Friday night. Chad, I'm sorry. We're leaving. I know. But like I said, I text Whitney all the time. She and I text all the time. So, and I told her hopefully I'll be coming out and I'll be able to see you guys. Fingers crossed. So.
Dutch oven, that's what it's called.
Dutch oven, that's exactly what it's called.
Yeah, I just got a nice one.
Your buddy Justin told you about. Yeah.
I just got a nice one. It's American made.
Merca.
Fire is power. You're right. You are correct. So I stand corrected on that. Fire is power.
That's true. Yeah. There we go. All right, guys. Same bat channel, same bat time next week. We will see you next Friday. We will be posting as we always do.
Well, we won't see you.
Wednesdays,
you'll see us.
And Sundays is when we post our videos. And on Friday nights, we go live. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. And thank you to Sam I Am for our $20 super chat. And all Come On Homesteading, the Pole Barn Productions, MT Homestead, 2 Grumpy People on a Couch.
Don't thank Chad. He didn't hardly
and
participate. He
Chad
showed up
just
late.
got here.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that channels that are like active, I got to get on them about their channel again. All right, guys,
Yeah, it's
have
good
a
to
good
see.
night.
Come on in here.
Yes. Have a good night, guys, and happy New Year.
Merca.
Merca.